Hello, family. My name is Eddie, and welcome to PSM Money Quarantine Sessions. I have missed all of you, and I believe you've missed PSM Money, but we are back. And for the next couple of Fridays, we are going to be right here, and I'm so excited about what the future holds. Now, today, we are going to address a topic called finding opportunity in times of crisis. And as you are all aware, we are all going through a pandemic, COVID-19, and it has brought a crisis. And today, I have a friend that I'm going to be interviewing, and I believe we're going to get some amazing wisdom. Remember, PSM Money is about real people sharing real stories so that we can have amazing solutions to carry us through this season. And now, I'm going to introduce my guest, and it's none other than my friend, Dr. Eunice Adubango. Welcome to PSM Money.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So tell us briefly who you are. Who is Eunice Adubango?
Eunice Adubango is a mother of 3 boys, married to Brand Adubango, a civil engineer. Brand is a civil engineer, I'm a civil engineer. I run a number of businesses, Yunis Kitchen, Yunis Culinary Institute, Talitha Kitchenware Store. I'm an author. I'm a life coach. I'm a business coach. I do restaurant consulting. I run a farm. Yes, that is Eunice.
A farm like consultants farm or a farm?
F-A-R-M.
You have some cows and pigs?
I have matoke, I have gonja, I have passion fruits. I grow lots of food.
That is so amazing. You have so many things that you are doing. Man, that is awesome. I want to be like you when I grow up, okay? And wow, welcome. And today I just want to ask you, the first question that I have for you is, in this world that we're going through of COVID-19 and this pandemic that has disrupted our world, has COVID actually disrupted you as Eunice in those different aspects of your life?
Yes, it has. I had a lot of time to do so many things, and suddenly I have to use most of that time to teach my children, because school is now at home. There is online school. The business, Talitha Kitchenware, had to close because the building where we are was closed. So that was disrupted. And then we were supposed to start a new semester for the Culinary Institute on the 4th of April. And then we went into lockdown, so we didn't open. And the kitchen also, Yunis Kitchen has 2 locations. Kasangati closed because the workers don't stay nearby. And Mokono is open. But of course, there are not so many diners because of the social distancing. People fear to come in and out. And yes, so it has disrupted me in those ways.
Wow. All I can say is, I share what you're going through. We as a church have been disrupted. We haven't opened our celebration points for the last couple of weeks, lockdown, but we are online, and that's why we are online with PSM Money. Now, tell us if there have been any opportunities in this time of crisis for you, and what can we learn from that?
As soon as this started, although, like I've said, I'm sharing most of my time with my children, I realized that because I'm not going to be running out there, I'm going to have a lot of time. So I quickly thought, what can I use this time for? I have run so many businesses that didn't go well. I have closed 13 businesses. I opened 13 businesses that failed. And that is experience. It's called experience. I've had a lot of experience managing businesses, managing restaurants, managing writing books and things like that. So I thought, what can I use this information for? And I realized I can coach someone, I can teach someone, because when this is all done, people want to open a business, people want to be able to put their finances together. So I put together everything that I know. I used to teach entrepreneurship for technology when I was at the university, when I was teaching at the university. And so I can teach entrepreneurship. I can help someone get to know a business idea and actualize it. So what I did is I filled up that time. So during this season, I have about 25 people that I'm coaching online. Many of them have already, about 8 of them have already actualized their business ideas. So we are at that point where we are now developing the ideas. Yes. And so as soon as they release us, you're going to see many new businesses out there. But also, when I looked at Yunis Kitchen Kasangati, I realized that we were not making money, and yet we have a lot of equipment and we have redundant stuff. So I said, how do we stay in the confines of the law and yet still make money. I remember I was sleeping around Wednesday, the Easter week, and the Lord woke me up and he said, Eunice, every CEO that cares about their business is not sleeping right now. You cannot sleep. You need to use that brain and do something. And then I realized that we used to cook food and deliver it to people during festive seasons, and Easter was 2 days away. So I immediately got a flyer and I said, we are going to cook food on Easter. And on Easter weekend, we served about 168 families. How did I do that? I sent out a truck. It picked up a few, a worker at a time, picked equipment from Kasangati, brought it to my home. In my house, at my house, we have lots of space. So we set up a kitchen there. And so we sold food. And then when we were done, we said, so what do we do next? And we realized many people do not want to cook 24 hours, 24/7. People are locked in with their children. They need snacks. They need daddies. They need cookies. They need cakes. They need a chapati. So we had to come up with other things that we can do. And right now, Yunis Kitchen Kasangati is bringing in much more than Yunis Kitchen Mukono that is open. Because we cook from home, we load it on the border. We have people ordering from as far as Entebbe. Yunis Kitchen Kasangati is on Gayaza Road. But we are taking food to Entebbe, food in Tugaba, food in Muyenga, food in Chibuli, and that is how we are managing. So looking at the things that looking at the experiences that you have, and looking at what you have at your disposal, and look at it critically and say, how do I turn this into money? And there you are.
Oh, that is amazing. So this is so beautiful because there was a lockdown in terms of you cannot go there, but your mind was not locked down, because this season, some people could be experiencing a lockdown in terms of thinking, but that is amazing thing about who we are. God made us in his image and we are creative. And so I love that creativity. And I just remember I've been doing shopping, and I've been shopping in a supermarket, from a supermarket I did not know at all before the lockdown. But when the lockdown took place, they began advertising themselves as, you send us your list, we're going to deliver. I don't even know where that supermarket is located. All I know is that they are delivering at my house. I want us to talk about briefly about some people. Lots of people have been seeing on social media like, man, what TV can I watch? What TV show can I watch? In other words, I have lots of time. But also there are some people who are worried about the future. They were maybe a bank teller and probably have lost their job, or they have a suspended contract, or whatever it is that they're facing, and probably the future doesn't look to be bright for them. How can they position themselves for the future that is coming? The future is coming. So how can they position themselves to become valuable in that future?
One, you need to first ask yourself, what is that future that is coming? Right. One of the things that we need to know is the future that is coming is majorly online. We are going to buy so many things online. You've already talked about the supermarket. I know there are so many people who are buying Irish right now, and they are packaging it and they are delivering to people. I do not even want to tell you the actual price of a bag, because I buy it in bags. But when you look at how much they are making, there is so many opportunities, because people are not able to go out there. So someone is going out there with their border, So you need to first ask yourself, what is the future? Okay, the future is online. So what can you do that is online? Can you shoot a video? Can you post pictures? I have a mentee who told me yesterday that he posted his pictures on, there is an app. He told me that he used to take pictures and he posted them. And apparently when someone downloads a picture, they pay him $15. I mean, that's the future. So you have a good camera. You've been taking these pictures, upload them. But then the future also is people are going to start to open up space for new businesses. You need to ask yourself, what do I offer in those new businesses, or what do I offer the people? I'll tell you an interesting story of a young man that actually gives people money. He lends people money. He gives them 50,000 shillings in the morning, and in the evening, you return to him 70,000. And this is what he does. He goes to the market. He finds the market vendors. People want to buy ntula. You know those green apples, those small ones. The person who sells ntula needs only 50,000 shillings. as capital, but they can't afford it because they're in the slum. So this gentleman finds 10 people, gives them 50, 50, 50, and he tells them in the evening, we'll meet here and you give me my money. So when he comes in the evening, they give him 70,000. He started like that, and right now, he actually gives out about 5 million shillings in the morning. So you could actually be there and you're actually getting out of work, but you have 100,000 shillings. You can actually use that 100,000 shillings. But then the other thing is, what are you investing in your brain right now? My husband tells me that the brain is a muscle and you can exercise it. And you exercise it by reading, by getting more information and things like that. I know right now for a fact that many universities are doing online courses at no fee. Okay, all you need is your data. And I know that Harvard University is giving out lots and lots and lots of certificates. Some of them, you have to do the training for just 3 hours. So make yourself so indispensable that, one, your current employer cannot do without you when we finally open, because we are going to open. Right. We are not going to be indoors for the rest of our lives. But number two, even when your current employer lets you go, when I need someone who can, because I will give an example of Yunis Kitchen, I don't think that the next time I hire someone, I will hire someone who, if I'm looking for front desk, they need to be able to operate a camera so that I don't pay the person who has been taking pictures of food at our events. So sit at the front, have a camera and be able to take pictures. We do recipes. Can you do the videos so that I practically get this other person out of the process? So take an online course. Learn how to do videography. Learn how to take pictures. Learn how to cook so that when we finally open, you can make that chapati by yourself and save 1,000 shillings. So learn things that can help you save, but also learn things that make you indispensable. And you'll go through this crisis well.
Oh, that is so beautiful. I hope you are being blessed by the wisdom that you are getting from Dr. Eunice, who's my friend. We went to university together, but as you can see, she has grown. And I think when I grow up, I want to be like you, you know, and also have those many different things. But I'm so excited that as for me and Wajudo Church, we're able to bring for you past 6 money free of charge so that you can become wise and make better decisions in this season. But also, as we conclude, I would like to ask Eunice, because Eunice, I know, you're talking about intellectual stuff, business stuff, but I know you're a very spiritual person on the other side, because you come to church at Intinda and you lead a prayer ministry. And so what do you want to tell somebody right now, really, who is distraught? They're going through a tough time. It's depressing. Maybe they've lost a job and they don't see a bright future. Would you speak to them?
The Bible tells us that God has a plan. It is a plan to prosper us and not to harm us. It's a plan for our welfare and not for evil. From the beginning of time, God knew that there would be a season like this. And when he made a plan concerning your life, he knew that this season was part of that plan. You need to connect with the plan of heaven, and the plan of heaven is a good plan. It's a plan for your welfare. It's a plan not to crush you. You need to get like David. David said, "Why are you downcast, O my soul? Put your hope in God." So this evening, just tell your soul and say, "Eunice, put your hope in God." And I want to guarantee you that by this time next year, you'll be looking back at this time and say, "I cannot believe that we went through this season," because God will not let this season crush you. He has promised that when you go through the waters, they will not overwhelm you. When you go through the fire, that means you will go through it, because the issue is when, not if you go through.
This is the fire.
This is the fire. This is the water, but it will not overwhelm you. It is well. We will thrive.
Thank you, Eunice. That was very encouraging. And just like Eunice has just told us that God is with us in every season and whatever we're going through. And I also want to remind you that we have a person who is a great encouragement to all of us, and his name is Jesus. Jesus faced a crisis when he died on the cross. And this crisis was not a result of what he did. It was because of all of us. Our sins were laid on him, and he went through a moment of judgment. When God poured his wrath on him, he went through a separation from his Father to the extent that he cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Now, this Jesus understands you and understands what you're going through. Not only does he understand, he is also with you each and every day. So be encouraged. We are going to go through this season. We are going to thrive, And on the other side, we shall look back and say, wow, what a God. I hope you have been blessed, and our prayer is that God blesses you so immensely. If you have any other questions, post them in a comment section, and we are going to make sure that we answer your questions. See you next Friday.